Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Subrata Sarkar. I'm a mechanical engineer working in manufacturing industry since last 20 years. Today I'm going to discuss a topic which is very much technological topic, very much futuristic topic, and it is going to bring a revolution in manufacturing industry, that is Industrial Revolution 4 or Industry 4.0. Also attended some seminar on this topic recently, and also this is a very interesting subject as I am also from manufacturing field, and also give a lot of write-up in some industrial magazines on Industry 4, this revolution, the readiness of India. Now, what is Industry 4 or fourth industrial revolution? You know, this first industrial revolution, we all know this mechanization and this steam power, water power, that we call first revolution of the industry. And second revolution of industry is called this the mass production, like when automobile industry comes. So mass production is the second industrialization, and third is the computer and robotics, which is presently going on. Now, fourth is, this is technically called cyber physical system. So here it will be a highly automated, you can say, and importantly the control will be by internet. This is the main difference, like cyber physical system. Now, like 20 or 30 years back, if someone used to say that this typewriter machine will be taken over by computer, maybe 20 typewriters machine work can be done by a single computer or a single person. So people will be very much surprised and don't believe, no, it's not possible. Typewriter will be there, computer also will be there. But it's not like that. When some, this abrupt change in technology comes, the older technology got totally, finished. So in this way, there are a lot of manual work today we are doing in industry. So that all will be replaced by automation day by day. Like engineers, managers' job will be taken by cyber physical system significantly major portion. And those who are working today physically in factory, that's worker, their major work will be taken over by the robotics. So this, in short, industrial revolution is going to bring. And industrial revolution 4 is basically, it's a data driven system. No manual intervention will be there, everything will be through data and highly automated. Now, industry 4 is a very big subject. It cannot be finished in half an hour session or something. If we categorize, there are three areas actually in industry 4. One is driverless car. Those who are regularly watching my YouTube channel, you'll find a lot of videos on driverless car. One is smart robotics. The present robo which we are using, that will be a little more advanced with a lot of added intelligence with those robots. And the third one is the lighter and tougher material component manufactured by additive manufacturing process. And additive manufacturing has got two parts actually, two class you can say. One is non-metallic category, one is metallic category. Non-metallic basically polymer. So this many of you are always saying this 3D printing by a lot of. So some people have idea that by 3D printing you can make some toys or plastic components, but it cannot replace the engineering industry or engineering manufacturing process. So today I have chosen not the non-metallic 3D printing process. Today I will discuss a little detail on how 3D metal printing is happening in industry. And it is already validated with a lot of different category of components, and it will be coming in next maybe 20 or 30, 40 years. It will come in regular industry actually. Now this 3D printing has got a lot of advantages, like very less prototyping time. You don't need a lot of toolings and jigs, molds, etc. And there will be a total product development cycle will be very much reduced, and cost will be also less. And there is no consistency in the quality. And 3D printing is a big market actually. Day by day, this market is increasing, and especially you can say this North America, this 3D printing market is growing like anything actually. And you know 3D printing, if we see this value chain of this 3D printing process, which are the main areas of the components of the 3D printing process, whether it is a metal or a non-metal. One is the technology supplied; those will be supplying this machine. There's a metallic, like non-metallic spools or the powder as a raw material, metallic powder, raw material for the printer. There are a lot of research and develop institute, and the user, those will be manufacturing those to 3D printing process, and the service provider. Now, in 3D printing, they say the industry is so it's growing so high. Actually, this compounded annual growth for 3D printing industry as projected from 2017 to 2025 is 18% on an average. So 18% growth of any sector is just, it's not possible today in any conventional sector. It's less than all conventional sectors are, compounded annual growth maybe 4% or 5%. And if we consider which are the industry where this 3D printing component will be using, number one is the automotive industry, number two is the consumer product, this is a pharmaceutical industry, and there's the aerospace industry is taken a very, there's a, especially the aerospace maintenance areas, the 3D printing, 3D metal printing is taken a very big, there's a scope of business, and there are a lot of 3D printing application in military and defense sector. Like nowadays, most of we are using, those who are using computer, laptop in home, so we are also using this printer. So we are doing printing documents and all these things. But I'm sure after 20 years, in many of our home, there will be a 3D printing, especially this polymer printing machine itself. Because technology is going to bring a lot of changes. Actually, you can make a lot of things setting your home actually from by this 3D model will be generated, and 3D model by you can make the physical model by 3D printing process. Even you can make your statue of the, you can see here in this picture, you can make it easily. It's a very easy, this technology is available. And those who are into manufacturing industry, they have seen this welding wire are kept like this, a spool or a reel you can say. That is a metallic and 3D printing, 3D non-metallic polymer reels are there. And it's not that these are for making toys and all these things. This has been developed after a lot of this research and development, and most of this polymer or plastic material has the property like tensile, compressive, torsional, and all this fatigue property even more than the normal steel or conventional steel we are using in industry presently. Like this 350, E350, 250 steel. These are much higher, stronger than those steel. Actually, you can see this megapascal pascal strength for this L strength of those material. It is much stronger than the metallic material, the 3D printing material, in terms of all the tensile, in terms of torsion and all these things. And there is no component is left today for which cannot be made by 3D printing. Only the size the limitation at this moment for 3D printing, but in future that will be also under some show. This bearing can be made by 3D printing process. This you can see the automotive steering. These are easily can be made. The new design, all this critical high strength component can be made by 3D printing process. Now, and this is the which I am going to discuss in detail. This is the raw material for 3D metal printing machine. There is a different category of this metallic powder, and this is a very growing industry today, where this compounded annual growth is shown is 22.4% in next 5 years. So there is a laser kind of machine where there will be this chamber where you will put this powder or metallic dust, this type of metallic dust into the chamber, or you can say it is the equivalent of the printer cartridge head actually, and then these will be melted through a laser head, and then by that you can create the geometry you want to create. You can see here in this picture, layer by layer, this metal spraying will be there like as a printer, and you can get a physically metallic material which will be much stronger than the conventional metallic material. So you can see here one of the bush. This bush has been raw bush has been created by this 3D printing process. After that, you can do the machining. Then it can give a precision components. So you can see here in this component is made by 3D metallic printing process. Now, if we want to make an impeller, those who are into the manufacturing industry, the rotating component with a lot of geometrical accuracies there, so that can be this type of components can be made by this 3D printing process. A lot of components actually, like automotive wheel rim, that has already been developed by 3D metallic printing. No molding, no casting, nothing is needed actually. And even today, this is the engine block, one of the most thermal resistant and critical component, that has also been developed by this metallic 3D powder printing process. A lot of high precision gearbox has been made by 3D printing process. And in aerospace industry, this blades. These blades got weird actually after using some thousands of hours. So this blade can be repaired by this 3D metallic process. And this day by day, in fourth industrial revolution projection is saying, like, though this human is created all robotics automation till date, but maybe after 50 years, robotics will be the leading, one of the leading, you can say, part of the industry which will, control the industries. Today, this system is like that. We have a robot in the factory. We can switch off, switch on the system totally manually. So, robot is totally in the control of the supervisor, of the engineers and managers. But after 20 or 40 years, when this cyber physical system will be in action, so everything will be automated. So then the contribution and control of the human in the manufacturing, those who will be implementing this Industry 4 revolution, this updated technology, so that robot will be is a very, very important, this component of the production business actually. And so, if you find this presentation is interesting, many of you may think that this is this type of change is not possible in industry next 20-30 years, but there are a lot of there are industry which has not yet developed, like that will be there. It's not that in 1 day or 20 years everything will be changed. It's not like that. Like CNC machine has come 40-50 years in Indian manufacturing industry, but till today a lot of people are using conventional machinery. So that will be there parallelly always. So when this fourth industrial revolution, this implementation will be done in many these big OEMs or this updated industry. So this conventional industry will be there parallelly, but after some decades, so that will be that will not be there actually. That will not be competitive, rather you can say. So if you find this presentation interesting, or if you find some this new information, you can share this video with your friends. And if you have not yet subscribed my channel, you can subscribe my channel so that you can get this notification for my upcoming presentation. Thank you very much for your attention and time.